What's it been like watching the receiver group kind of be decimated by injuries this year?
I mean, you never want to see your guys go down, but, like I said, I mean, it's a God-given opportunity. I try to take advantage of it.
What's the preparation change from you now as you get ready on the active roster?
It's the same. I mean, you always have to prepare like you're going to be the starter, prepare like you're going to play. So when your opportunity does come, you don't have to worry about scrambling to get ready.
What's some of the best advice you've gotten from maybe some of the veterans here, Nelson, Alshon, Deshaun?
Same thing, just always be ready. That's one of the things that all three of those guys told me coming in was always be ready because, you never know when your opportunity comes. And, I've been in this situation before in Washington and now here. And like I said, it's the NFL, it's a business, and that's how it works.
Any more special that your first game's going to come against Washington?
It's going to be fun to go back out there and, see some of my homeboys play against them again. So it'll be a good experience.
Does it help that you kind of know some of those guys a little bit from seeing them in practice?
It always does. I mean, knowing some of their tendencies, I'm pretty sure they know some of mine, so we'll have to change it up, and, it'll be a fun, competitive game.
How ready do you think you are to play a lot of snaps if you need to?
Ready as I'm going to be. I mean, I've prepared. I've been preparing since I got here, learning the plays and doing everything that I can to be ready for this opportunity. So, I'm God willing, I'll be able to go out there, stay healthy, and have a good game.
What are the conversations like with Carson Wentz, though, when you're trying to find that timing with a quarterback that maybe you haven't been working with all season?
He just always tells me to go out there, just relax and have fun. I mean, obviously, being a younger guy, being, thrusted into a position like this, sometimes there can be some nerves, which, is a part of the game. I feel like if you're not nervous, then you're not ready, to play. So, it's one of those things. He just told me to go out there, relax, play, and, I'm going to go out there and have fun playing against my old boys.
How encouraging has it been to see other practice squad players immediately kind of contribute and just kind of go out there and perform?
It's always like, something that you can look up to. Like, I've known Greg for a real long time. We trained for the combine together, and, seeing him go out there and be able to make plays, I was able to text him after the game and was like, man, you're a dog, man. Like, you're really out there doing what you got to do. So, it always just kind of gives you that confidence, like, shit, if he can do it, that's my boy, I should go out there and do the same.
Does it kind of raise the bar for you a little bit, though, seeing what those guys do?
Yeah, we're all competitors. That's why we're in the NFL. You wouldn't make it here if you weren't a competitor. So, obviously, seeing him be able to go out there and have success, I want to go out there and have some success too.
For fans who haven't seen you play, how would you describe your play style?
I don't really want to describe it. I'll just go out there and just, have fun and try to play to glorify God.
You never know where you're going to go, left tackle, left guard, right guard, or right tackle. So I'm just trying to prepare myself to get ready.
Do the additional reps help at all, though?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They help. Just trying to get my mind right.
How much different are you now from that first start in Washington about 4 years ago now?
That was, years ago.
Yeah.
A lot has happened over the years, gained a lot of knowledge. And so I'm excited to play these guys again at their house.
No Ryan Kerrigan, though.
I wish he was coming back, but not the opportunity.
Had you faced him? Had you faced him since that game?
I have.
You have, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've had the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I said, knowledge grew and came back, and there was another opportunity.
Doug Peterson thought that performance by Carson in the second half was his best in his 4 years. What did it do confidence-wise, you think, for him, but also for all the new guys and all the young guys?
I just felt like when we came back in the second half, I think everybody just were on point. Everybody executed their job right, and everybody was just focused. And obviously we wanted to win. So.
Especially the young guys stepping in there and Carson to lift everybody like that.
It was good. They all did their job like they're supposed to, and so it was a great win for us.
It's been a different year for you than in past years, playing tackle and guard. What are the weeks like for you now compared to when you've been a backup in the past?
Like I said, just trying to prepare myself like I've been doing the last couple of years. Just get ready for multiple positions because you never know when you get called. We had an incident last year where Wiz had to go play center, and so I was the last guy. It was against the Saints, and so I was like, we might have to play guard. So.
Yeah. When you warm in game warm-ups and you're a backup, how many of those positions do you take a rep at or
warm-ups? I try to take all of them. Maybe one play or mental reps, but.
And then when you're starting, do you take any other reps at the other spots, or do you strictly take the reps at that one spot where you're starting?
I guess I just take
the one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How hard is it to do what you do and kind of have to be ready at 4 different spots? You see, like JP's played left tackle for 15 years and Kelsey's played center for 10 years, but you kind of have to be ready to do 4 different things.
When I first came in here, Isaac was one of the guys I looked up to because he played multiple positions. Played center, guard, tackle, and so it gave me confidence that I can do the same. If you can do it, I can do it.
Having a better understanding of the right guard position, has that helped you gain a better understanding and timing at the right tackle position as well?
Yeah, I mean, and not only that, it also gave me an understanding of defense and how they run, so it actually helps.
Obviously, depending on when Lane gets back, this could be kind of your last start before free agency. Do you feel like this is a chance to show the league?
Well, right now I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about this week. It's the most important game. All that stuff can take care of itself in offseason. Right now I'm just focused on this week.
Is it hard to put that stuff out of your mind, though?
I just can block it out, block the noise.
At this point, and playing so much alongside Brooks, is it almost second nature too, even though you're not technically the guy who's always playing next to him?
It's like second nature. I mean, I know what Brooks is going to do. We kind of connect like we used to. And even on the left side, me and Isaac, we can connect. And so wherever I get called up, we can connect.
If you think about your time here, from like we said, that first start against Washington, obviously starting the Super Bowl last year, you had to step in. How would you kind of explain how your career has been so far?
There's a lot of ups and downs. You're excited the very first game and you do really bad. You want to do really good your first game, but you end up doing worse than you do. And then a lot of guys just told me, hey, just calm down. Just be yourself. And so that's what I've been doing. Just be myself and just learn along the way.
Doug shouted out you in that post-game speech that he had.
Yeah, it was fun.
Does that stuff mean anything to you at this point?
I mean, it means a lot.
You've done it so many times.
I mean, it means a lot. I mean, I've been in this situation numerous times, so it's always nice.
How's it different going into the week knowing you're the guy as opposed to what you've had this year, which is every time you've gone in, you've had to go in midstream?
Okay, sorry, can you say that again?
How's it different knowing you're the starter kind of going into the week as opposed to...
Like I said, during the week, I still trying to train like I'm a starter. Even so, now I'm starting this week. I mainly focus on right tackle. Yeah. But if anything were to happen, I can make sure I'm good at guard and all that stuff.
This defense has gone up, you guys have gone up against the practice squad players for a while that are now on the active roster, like a Boston Scott. What did you see from them in the past that makes you so confident that they were going to ball out on this past Monday?
Because, you see them in practice every week, and you be like, man, why these guys ain't playing? But, they're giving good looks. That's why I'm saying that, because these guys, they keep their head down. They're not pouting about not getting no time or nothing like that. They just want to make sure they know their role on this team, and whatever they could do, they do. And G. Ward, you've been seeing him make all these crazy catches out there in practice, and be like, man, I can't wait till you get this opportunity, and and that opportunity is here.
This team has also faced so much adversity when it comes to the injuries over the last few years. What can be said about maybe the standing culture that you guys embody that next man up? But I don't want to use the cliche next man up. You know what I'm saying?
I think that we got a bunch of fighters. People that come step in. It's not always perfect, but at the end of the day, we don't give up on each other and we don't bash one another. That's another good quality that we have. And I'm just excited, just with guys that's actually going to be in. That is getting their reps now, and it's only going to keep getting better because the confidence is building with this team, and the younger guys that's in there. They just getting that confidence, and I know how that confidence can take you a long way.
Oh, it's to be honest with you, it's been awesome, man. The guys welcomed me back with open arms. The coaches are as awesome as they was when I first met them. And just getting back out there feels great, man. The first day, definitely I had to knock off a little rust, especially the first day being that we were in full pads. And I hadn't been in pads for such a long time, but it felt good to be back. And I'm enjoying every single day of it.
How much were you following the team during your time away?
Oh, every week. I was locked in every week. I was talking to the guys still, and giving them words of encouragement. Some of the, when G came up and was activated, I hit him up and told him, man, get ready. It's your time to ball. And I was just trying to stay in touch with the guys, man, and just kind of, in that sense, be a part of it. You know what I mean? And I was tuned into every game, like I said, and yeah, that was pretty much that.
physically, obviously mentally you're watching team, but physically, how are you keeping yourself ready during that time?
Working out every single day. It was a consistent thing. And also, with the working out, it kept my mind off of any type of negativity, that might have lingered. Of course, I was missing the game, but working out it's kind of like my getaway. For some people, they look at working out as something that's just super hard. For me, I enjoy it because that's how I get away from anything negative in the world.
So you were following, obviously, the injuries that are going on with the team. Is it creeping your mind as to whether you're calling your agent to be like, why is nothing happening? How come I'm not getting a call yet? Was that sense sort of starting to take over?
Yeah, I feel like naturally that's going to happen. That's just something that's always going to creep in the back of your mind. But I just focused on making sure I was prepared. Whether I got the call or I didn't get the call, I just made sure if I did get the call, I was ready. And when the call was presented to me, that I came out here and I gave everything I had. I didn't look like I hadn't been working out for months. I looked like I was ready to come out here and contribute. And that's what I did. I focused on just the positives.
Along the same lines, if you get a call to come up to the active roster, you've got to be ready if your number's called. So how are you doing that to make sure that if you get the promotion to the active roster, you'll be good to go for Sunday and can be able to step in and help the team out?
Oh, 100%, man. Coach preaches every single day. Not just study the game plan or know the game plan. He talks about mastering the game plan. Although right now I'm on practice squad, he makes sure that we understand that we must know the game and study the game plan as if we're playing the game as well. So, it's all about just mastering the game plan. So if my number is called, I'm not second guessing anything. I'm playing fast and I'm understanding what's going on.
What was it like seeing Greg get the call up and to see what he did last week against the Giants?
Oh, it was awesome, man. What I'm saying, I was living through him. Every single catch he had, every play he made, I was like, man, what I'm saying, that's my boy right there. And it just feels good to see one of your guys in the room that you share that success with.
How nice is it that the coaches and the front office staff are relying on the young guys here down the stretch, that at this point in the year, you've got to find guys who know the system. So they're going to rely on guys like Robert getting the bump up, Greg got the bump up, Josh got the bump up. You possibly could get a bump up. That they're looking to you young guys to say, hey, these are playoff games essentially, but we're going to put this in your guys' hands.
Man, it's a big shout out to the coaches. Make sure that we're always prepared. They're always staying on top of us to make sure that we know this game plan, we understand the game plan. And like I said, we're mastering the game plan. So it's a big shout out to the coaches, man, to make sure that we're always prepared.
I'm curious what you've seen from them and your thoughts on these guys getting activated now to the active roster.
These are all guys who earn that position. You know what I'm saying? They earn that position for the guys upstairs to say, they're going to activate them and put them on the roster. In practice, we've seen, Greg Ward, you know what I'm saying? We've seen Perk, seen Boston Scott. We've seen those guys. They make plays on us, you know what I'm saying? And us as a defense, we don't take that too kindly at practice. And like I said, they earned that. So by them doing that consistently, every day, it shows out there. You see G Ward, he's been out there, the past 2 games catching balls. Perk caught a ball. So Boston Scott, he's probably going to be offensive player of the game this week. You know what I'm saying? So, it shows.
So you guys aren't surprised when, Eagles fans haven't seen them. Obviously, they've been on the practice squad, but you guys weren't surprised when they went out there against the Giants and made those kind of plays.
No doubt. Like I said, they were doing that against us, you know what I'm saying, when they were on the scout team. So them going out there and the offense that they see every day, of course.
There's also some changes to this Redskins offense now, primarily Dwayne Haskins in at quarterback. How does what they do change with him as their quarterback?
He's a dual threat guy. Ricky has a really, really big arm. You see a lot of times where, he may make a throw and it may be a mistake, and then you see other times where he may make a throw and he fits a dig or a slant in between 2 and 3 guys, you know what I'm saying? So us knowing that, as a defense and as a secondary, we got to know that we got to play tight coverage and close those windows because he can make those tight throws.
Is there something to be said for the way that you guys won against the Giants? A good fourth quarter, won in overtime. Yeah. Finally, after weeks of talking, you guys executed it.
Yeah. There's no, I can say this, we're always going to fight, you know what I'm saying? All 4 quarters we're always going to fight, and I think that goes to credit to the coaches too, at halftime, making halftime adjustments and, just letting us go out there and play.
He's the quarterback of the future for them. He's got tremendous talent. You see him making throws even when you think a guy's not open, he'll put the ball right where it needs to be. So that's something that jumps off the tape.
What can you say about the way that this Eagles team won last week against the Giants? Is there something to be said for the fact that you guys did a good fourth quarter in overtime, finally able to execute?
I think it felt good to do that, but you don't get any extra points or wins. It counts all the same. Whether it's a blowout or you fight tooth and nail to get it. A win is a win. So I think obviously we're happy to have that result, but that doesn't necessarily carry over to this week. So we're just diving back into the game plan, getting back into practice, figuring out how to execute coming up Sunday.
As a defense, you guys have faced some of these practice squad players who are now going to be on the active roster. What can you say about what you've seen from them? Are you surprised at all the level of what they're playing right now?
Not necessarily surprised because we see it every day. These are guys who make us better, who challenge us. And so I'm really just excited for them to see them, one, have the opportunity, but to take full advantage of it and to see what they contributed to our team last week to really help us, get a win. I don't think we get that win without them. And so it's for me as a leader on the team to see these guys get opportunities, I'm definitely proud.
A little bit of youthful energy and just freshness that they're bringing out there every day.
I don't know about that. They're a little run down at this point. They're still doing some of the scout team. So they're carrying a tough burden for us right now and kind of servicing the defense, still figuring out their role on offense and trying to get their bodies back. They played a lot of snaps, the other night. So, I think it does create some energy when you see those guys make plays. It's, when the guys you expect to make plays is one thing, but all of a sudden you have, your Perkins and Boston and G. Ward coming out here and making plays. It adds a little bit of juice to the team.
Malcolm, you are the Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee. What's it mean to you?
It's a huge, honor and recognition of, the work that not only myself but my foundation, board members, volunteers, sponsors, all these things that we do around the country, not just here in Philadelphia. It's a huge hats off to, everybody involved, and I'm honored to be amongst my peers, around the league.
Back to football. And talking to Jalen, he said the thing with Haskins is he's got such a big arm. Yeah. He will take chances. He'll take shots. You got to stay with a guy because he'll try and zip it in between 2 and 3 defenders.
Yeah.
Is that what you see?
Yeah, and the ball will be accurate. And that's the surprising thing. There's young quarterbacks who throw into coverage all the time, but he'll throw one and you're like, all right, this is not going to make it, and next thing you know, it's over top of the safety and it hits the receiver right in the hand. So for us, you definitely have to stay in coverage in the back end of the field. He can make any throw, but we've got opportunities, I think, to disrupt him. If we make him hold the ball, if we cover early and win up front, I think that we got to keep that ball in front of us and really make everything happen on time.
I'm unfortunate to say I know you've seen a lot of him in college because he was pretty good in college. Mm-hmm. And I know you enjoyed watching him in college.
He loved it.
I know you did. So when you saw him, I guess at some point you thought you'd be seeing him up close, and has all that translated? What you saw?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't play a lot, on the collegiate level. And, being a rookie in this league, you see some of, kind of that neophyte in him, that where some of the looks are new and things are moving, but when it comes to his ability to pick the football up and throw it to somebody, that's there. And he's got, his Ohio State receiver as well that got a good connection, that they're playing really well. So, it's not somebody you can take lightly. His arm talent is something to be respected. But you've got to make him, beat you with throws all around the field, find the open guy, and hopefully we can get some rush.
In your first 3 years here, this was a real tough matchup for you guys. You lost 5 in a row. What shifted during these last 2.5 years?
I can't really say. There's a lot of personnel changes on their end, and then for ours, I think same thing. A lot of personnel changes and differences. I think they've been good battles. I mean, I feel like it's been the same way with all the NFC opponents. Any given year, you got battles that go back and forth, and I don't think this is any different.
The way you won on Sunday, there's every reason, or on Monday, excuse me. There was every reason, especially on the offense, for a guy like, for things to fall apart, right? You have Lane out, you have Alshon out, and Carson was able to get through that. And Doug said, put the team on his shoulders. Is that what you saw, and can that carry over?
I mean, it's gonna have to carry over. All right, the guys are still banged up, and so it's not like, and we've dealt with that issue all year, at various positions. So, for us, there are going to be plenty of excuses, and have been plenty of excuses if we choose to take them to bow out or give reasons why this isn't the season that we wanted or things didn't work out the way we wanted. But the fact of the matter is we have an opportunity to still win a division, and that gives you a playoff game at home. And so we don't care. Just go out there and do whatever you got to do to make it work. Like I said, we got to trust these young guys to step up and make plays and prepare them as best we can between now and the game. And we just go compete as a team and figure out what we got to do to win.
I think he's a good player. And no matter what you see on tape, you still got to go out and respect that he's a professional. Feel like he makes some good throws from what I've seen, we just got to play our style of defense. We just got to play our defense and not try to get too creative, not try to do anything that we're not used to doing. It's every guy doing their job.
Coach, with the playoffs on the line every game for you
We got to
guys,
win one game. We got to win the game on Sunday.
Does it change the preparation though?
We just got to win on Sunday. And in order to get to the playoffs, we got to win Sunday. I think from here on out, we have to play like, one game, take it one game at a time.
Coach, where have you seen on tape of Peterson? Still a productive runner?
Absolutely. I mean, he still runs hard. He still make you tackle him. He still, I think he still got a little burst, and he hit the hole pretty hard. And the guys up front doing a good job of blocking for him.
Is there something to be said for the way that you guys won against the Giants? Good fourth quarter, going in overtime, first overtime win for Carson. Is there something to be said about the way that you guys pulled out that game?
I just feel like we just had to we went in, we left some stuff on the field early in the game. Obviously they made some big plays on their offensive side of the ball. They made some big plays down the field, and we just had to settle down and bounce back from it. I think after halftime, we realized we still had a chance to win, and and just had to play our style of defense. Do simple better, tackle. And once we started tackling and everybody calmed down, we were fine.
Fletcher, for a few years, this was a team that gave you guys a lot of trouble, Washington. Now you're kind of on a hot streak against them. What shifted in the matchup, do you think?
I mean, I don't know. I just think, for us, it's just going out and playing football. Taking it play by play. We know that they have some good players over there. We respect those guys. We're all pros. We still have to, put our shoes on one foot at a time, and still got to go play a game on Sunday. So we just, can't look too far.
What's Haskins' his mobility? What does that bring to the table as far as dealing with him?
I mean, he can run. The kid's an athlete. You can't take none of that from him. He can throw the ball. He can run the ball. I think we still have to be disciplined in our pass rush to try to get there, get them uncomfortable early in the game. I think for us up front, we just need to stop the run and get after the quarterback on third down and whenever we got a chance to.
So the fact that he's been sacked, 26 times this season doesn't enter your mind at all? The opportunity's there?
It's opportunity all the time to sack the quarterback. But I think for us, the main thing, and for us to even be able to get the sack, we got to get them in those second and long and third and longs. That way we know, we actually can pin our ears back and rush.
It seems the past few weeks, Josh Sweat's really showed up on tape. What's he showing you?
He's stepping up. He's taking on the leadership that the guys are giving him. BG is just always in his ear. I'm always in his ear and just telling him about, man, you just don't know how special you can be if you can, just turn it up a notch. Just one click. Just focus in on just the little things. And Josh stepped up. He's come a long way this season, man. And for a guy like that to come a long way, there's so much respect for him because he know that we need him. He know that he has to be a special part of this defense when it comes to rushing on third down, and he's been doing really good.